Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cappies. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the Capricorn collective? And we are moving into Aries season. The zodiacal new year is fast upon us, my friends. But let's see what we have. Yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cappies. Please and thank you. Let's get this reading going. There's a lot of fast-moving energy for you last week, and we'll touch on that in a moment. Okay, so it's a little more solid. This is an extremely spiritual card to start off with, and there's a little bit of mystery tied to it as well. This one shows up very rarely. That's one thing I will say about it, but it's a powerful energy, and you see the symbolism there. Before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. So, we see this individual here blindfolded, and there's all these little emblems of different types of spiritualities. It's like all the major religions and spiritual beliefs are shown here. And this card always reminds me of the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant can represent like institutions and stuff like that, but it's very spiritual. So there is something about a spiritual journey that a lot of Capricorns could be going through, okay? Whether it's embracing your own spirituality, diving into new ones, learning these things. Another thing I will say, this person is blindfolded, so it does represent the unseen world, the subtle energies. So for a lot of you, just know your energetic sensitivities could be extra heightened in this time. Whether you have that natural gift or whether you don't, I think everyone does to some extent, but just know that your natural energetic sensitivity could be extra heightened when this card shows up in the front. But aside from that, this is like the energy of a seeker. Somebody that's seeking knowledge. It's a very nice, solid energy, but there's a little mystery. We'll see if it shows up within tarot, but we're going to put him over there. He could keep looking through all those nice gold chains. Let's get into tarot now. And yeah, I'm going to get you 3 in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies and see what's going on for mid-March, moving towards late March. And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was titled A Fast Change. So for a lot of Capricorns, things could be changing rather quickly, whether it's emotional feelings, your opinions, your views, situations in general. It just felt very rapid to me. Now, whenever I read for earth signs, I'm used to a nice, solid, stable, slower moving energy than the other signs, but last week's yours was like really quick moving. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or even somebody that you're linked to. But we'll see if the change, the fast, fiery energy is still in the mix for you. Let's get 3 cards here for Capricorn. All right, 4 cups. Okay. Something on the mind here. And I've been seeing this for a few other signs. And this could be a discontent feeling, but at the same time, it could be good. It's giving me a little vibe similar to what we saw in the Oracle as well. Like there's a lot of subtle energy around you. A lot of energetic nuance. And just like I said, I'm already still picking up the energy of this first card. Notice the blindfold there. We got a blindfold here as well. So there is some mystery around. It's all good. The unseen, the subtle energies. We want to dig into this deeper for sure. Let's get one more out. We'll really start piecing this puzzle together for you, my friends. Thank you. All right, we got the King of Wands here on the back end. So the fiery energy is still somewhat present. I don't feel like it's as strong as it was last week. But yeah, we're going to have to go through this, Capricorn. There's a lot of little nuance to this spread this week. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the more juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, I'm looking down here. We have a mixture of elements so far. We have water, we have air, we have fire. Now, I always like to see how elements play off each other. Obviously, these two on the back end are like a spark plug, but the water does cool things off a little bit. There's a lot of dreamy, subtle energy here that could be, once again, underneath the surface for whatever situations you're going through. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Remember, this could be one situation, it could be multiple, really depends. But position number one, we have the Four of Cups. Someone's doing a lot of thinking here. Okay, so there might be a specific situation or issue. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing, but there's something that could be taking up like the vast majority of your mental space when this card is here. Now, of course, this could represent you being on someone's mind. So someone might be thinking about you. You might have somebody specific on your mind here with the Four of Cups. It's not the fastest movement type of energy here. You see this person, they're under the tree. It looks like they're taking a little nap or a snooze. So you might be daydreaming a little more, or up in the mind, up in the head, especially with the Two of Swords right next to it. Thinking about something, thinking about it. Now, this is a little discontent, okay? So it's not like angry. It's not anything too volatile. We'll want to look at that with the King of Wands. But to me, this is someone who's like, it's like giving me one of those types of vibes. So we'll really need to look into it further. The positives of this card, it could be Spirit saying like, hey, the universe is bringing some opportunities in, but at the same time, there's like not a whole lot of progress here with this first card. We'll see what's up. Moving to the center, we have the Two of Swords, one of my biggest cards of mystery. So you see it here, the person, they're blindfolded, it's nighttime, they got the two swords crossed. Now, as with all twos in tarot, it could represent decisions, being at a crossroads, partnerships, all that stuff are linked in with the twos. Sometimes this could represent confusion. Sometimes this could represent indecisiveness or not really knowing what to do or how to handle this. Like, what am I going to do about this? And when I have it with the Four of Cups and the Two of Swords, there could be somebody that's somewhat at a mental wall. It's like, all right, how can I think myself out of this? So there might be some situations or problems that you're trying to figure out behind the scenes. Once again, though, this is mystery. And I don't always say this is confusion and stuff like that. Maybe someone you're dealing with is feeling those things, but the main vibe I always pick up with this card, it's right up there with the moon, where it does speak about those softer, subtle energies, but there's the energy of surprise and the unexpected, things that you don't quite see just yet. And we did have the blindfold in the Oracle card as well. So it is a theme that's beginning to show up multiple times for us. So the clarifier is going to be super important here. Now, moving to the back end, we have our good friend, our good pal, the King of Wands himself. Now, this card gets a bit of a bad reputation sometimes. It could just represent a fire sign you're connected to. Remember, it is not gender specific. So whenever I see King of Wands energy, if this isn't representing an individual or a person, this is entrepreneurial energy. This is someone who's focusing their intent, focusing their willpower. So this could be a really good card. Now, as with all the other ones, there's positives and challenge here. A challenge of the King of Wands is it could be unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where it's going to go or what this person's going to do. It's a live wire. And as with all kings in tarot, they represent control of their respective suit. So this is someone trying to keep focus. So once again, there could be a very specific situation or something going on that has a big chunk of your focus. Or remember, that could be vice versa. Maybe someone you're connected to has like a problem or situation that they're heavily focused on. They could even be focused on you with the way the cards are laid out. But I really want to dive into it deeper, Capricorn. Let's do it. We're going to jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's happening for the Cappies, please. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Four of Cups here. What's all this mental action about? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Cappy, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Four of Cups time. What is on somebody's mind here? Thank you. Hermit in reverse, huh? All right, so whatever this is on someone's mind or on your mind, it's like, okay, it's not going to stay there for long. I do feel like, to me, this is somebody revving up the engines and getting ready to make some sort of big move with the Hermit in reverse. Now, for a portion of you, if you are specifically connected to Virgo, like I said, that could just be two individuals thinking about each other, specifically if that's Virgo or another earth sign. But when I see the Hermit, once again, it does have that little mystery, that laying low, pulling back my energy. It's like retreating type of vibe here. When it shows up in reverse, it's not pulling back its energy much longer. So when I see it under the Four of Cups, there could be some aspect of strategy or planning here. So whether you're planning an action, you're planning to do something, or once again, somebody else planning their way or their move, that could really be in the mix, because twos could also be strategic in their own right. So that's the big vibe I'm picking up here with the Four of Cups, Hermit in reverse, that somebody, whatever they have on their mind, it won't stay that way for long. It's like, I'm getting ready, I'm revving up, I'm about to do something. So it's kind of like somebody psyching themselves up to do something. So take that however it hits. I mean, with this King of Wands on the back end, maybe there's a situation you're about to tackle, or something, a goal even that you're wanting to work towards. There's big strategic energy as well. So just please keep that in mind, that somebody might be like forming some sort of strategy or plan, or Spirit could be asking you to do that, Capricorn, which I know Capricorns are very good planners when it comes to anything, whether it's career and partnerships, like making a plan and sticking to a plan. This is Spirit saying, okay, well, a plan's been made. Now the time to kick it into action is coming real soon. That's just the main vibe I'm picking up here, guys. So I wouldn't be surprised. I've been seeing it for other signs as well. This could be something popping in or someone popping in here. We're going to keep moving, though. We're not going to stick to that. But the main thing I'm picking up is strategy, or somebody revving up the engines, ready to make a move. Okay, so let's see why the Two of Swords is here. Why is the Two of Swords in the mix? Okay, thank you. All right, we do have the Six of Cups. So for a good portion of you, there could be a blast from the past coming in here. And I've been saying this, and I don't want to say it's frustrating for me, but I've been seeing it for weeks now with tons of signs within the zodiac. I'm picking up the energy, and I know we're moving into eclipse season, and a lot of times during eclipse seasons, we have to either grapple with something from the past, whether it's past baggage, past situations, or even people. With the Two of Swords and the Six of Cups in the upright, this is a blast from the past showing up like out of nowhere. And I've been seeing this for a lot of signs. Okay, so for some of you, yeah, it could be a situation, it could be an opportunity, sure. But with the Six of Cups, it represents soul connections and people. So once again, this could be a surprising or an unexpected return of some sort. And I've been seeing it. And I don't like when I see themes that go throughout the whole zodiac for multiple weeks, but whatever the message is, I'm going to give it to you straight, my friend. So there could be a blast from the past in one way or another showing up here. Doesn't even have to be tied into this plan-based action and all that. It could be something completely and totally different. Now, the Six of Cups could, if that's not the case, if there isn't a pop back or anything like that, or a return that you don't see coming, this could easily just represent a person that you have a lot of care for, that there's you've fallen off in one way or another. There could be a very important person to you where you've lost touch, you've lost contact, or you haven't been connecting as much as you'd like to. That's a vibe here, or that's how they could be feeling towards you. But we're going to keep moving over to the King of Wands. It is what it is. Yeah, there could be somebody, and with all the mental action we have going on here up at the top, there's somebody really taking a lot of walks down memory lane. So let's go in on the King of Wands. We'll see what he has to say, because that might be where we get some actual action coming in. Then we'll do our recap for the shadow. So, okay. Yeah, and here it is. Here's the action. Here's the movement. So if you're connected to Sagittarius, they're showing up here in a very big and powerful way. We have Temperance in reverse underneath the King of Wands. And to me, this is someone saying like, all right, well, I know what to do. I know how to handle this. I'm prepared for any eventuality. It's like, okay, well, if this happens, then I'll react this way. If someone is planning that and this is what they do, like to me, it's someone who has every possible, or what they think is every possible eventuality planned for. Now, there's a lot of confidence here. There's a lot of power in the back end of your spread. Like, so for a lot of you, you might be feeling real confident. Like, oh yeah, I don't have to lay back. I'll make a move when I need to type of energy. Temperance is very angelic and protective. But once again, it's pulled back in its upright form. It's pulled back. It's not moving. It's very patient, similar to this Hermit here. And it did show up in reverse underneath the King of Wands. So like I said, there could be somebody getting ready to make a big move here, a big action, a big movement. That's just the big vibe I'm getting here. Now, for some of you, you might just feel well prepared about something, okay? Whether it is a work thing, whether it's a person or a situation, like, okay, well, you say it's going to return. If it returns, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll say. So I'm not even concerned about it. It's giving me that kind of vibe. So take that for what it's worth, my friends. I do like the energetic power that I feel on the back end. So for a lot of you, this could be a nice boost of confidence coming in for you, or the action, like I mentioned. So let's go through and do a quick recap here. And then we'll get into the shadow card, my friends. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have the 4 of Cups. With the Hermit in reverse, I did say to me, this did feel like somebody planning or strategizing. Something that's in the mental space won't be there for long. It felt like somebody revving up the engines, getting ready to do something. So you might be trying to psych yourself up, or you might be getting ready to tackle a certain situation. Moving to the center, and yeah, it could be a person. We see it here in the center. 2 of Swords with the 6 of Cups in the upright. 2 main messages I was feeling here. 1, this could easily just be, an unexpected or surprising return of a person or a situation that's just going to swing back around. It's like you're getting a blast from the past with this alignment. But I'm also picking up the energy of someone that you may have lost touch with, okay? Someone where you might have fallen off or fallen out. Doesn't always have to be like a big blowout, but to me, it feels like 2 people that may have lost touch. Moving to the back end, we have the King of Wands with Temperance in reverse. Yeah, this is someone that has a lot of plans in their hands. It's like, okay, well, I'm prepared for any eventuality. Like, I'm good. So if you are getting ready to tackle something or make some actions or make some moves, this is really good energy, specifically on the back end. There's a lot of confidence and power there. So really good stuff. Yeah, so please take a screenshot of that, Capricorn. Let's see what's in the shadows here. Okay, let's shuffle it up one time and see what is in the shadows for my Capricorn friends. And yes, I always like to pull 1 shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. Not every shadow card has to be a challenge, though. Sometimes it could be a good thing. So let's get 1 shadow card here for the Cappies, please. What do we got? Thank you. Alrighty. Temperance. Temperance showing up again. So I do feel like, yeah, whether you're revving up for something, big Sagittarius energy. Again, notice we have Temperance here. Now it's showing up in the shadows as well. I do have to give the message that, hey, Capricorn, you might need to know that you are spiritually protected in this time. This could talk about somebody on the energetic side watching over you, even if like you don't sense it, even if you don't feel it. Some of you probably do with all the connection to the subtle energies I've been feeling, but just know there's somebody watching over you here with Temperance. Beautiful stuff. But another thing with this card, like I said, is patience. I feel in regards to what we're seeing here within the spread itself, Spirit could be saying like, listen, you already know slow and steady could win the race. Like, don't rush anything. That's a big thing here. Like, take your foot off the gas for a minute, take a breath. Don't make any big, huge, spontaneous moves in this time when Temperance is in the shadows. For a portion of you, Temperance could also represent trying to curb a habit or a behavior of some kind. So if you're on a journey of self-betterment, this is a really good card where Spirit's going to say, hey, there's big improvements coming in for you here, Capricorn. But I would say overall, like, this is a really good, positive, protective energy here. So we're just going to put Temperance down right there, Capricorn. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite zodiac sign? And give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.